Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you like the content of my channel, please like and subscribe, as it really helps the channel to grow, and it means I'll be able to keep bringing you watches like this more and more, so please do. Anyway, what we have here is the Minase. This is the Divido 2, and I think it is an absolutely, just a fantastic watch. Its design is almost brutal, but so well executed. What they do so well, and that's what I'm really impressed with. Because normally when you think of the Japanese brands, you always think of Seiko, and obviously Grand Seiko, Citizen, the likes of them really. And this is one of those micro brands which really does, I think when you handle one, you understand where the price tag comes from, because they only make, I think it's less than 1,000 watches a year, so they are only a small company, but wow, the detail and work they put into their models is truly impressive. Now let's talk sizes first. We're talking a case size of 50mm. The thickness of the watch works out at a fraction over 11mm, and the lug to lug size is 48.5. bracelet size is 20mm. Let's check that dial out. The dial is truly epic. Look at that kind of brushwork they have going on there. I think it's actually just a flat colour, but what I think they do, they use a special tree sap, I believe it is, and they actually brush the tree sap, and that's why you end up with all these multifaceted kind of views going on. So if I'm right, it means that when, you know, I don't think ever two dials are the same. It just looks superb how it catches the light and reflects it back. Really is truly impressive. Now let's talk hands. The hands are really well polished. I love the little end cap on the top of the second hand there. I even like the way that it's bent over to match the curved dial. It just looks superb. The hands, the hour and minute hands, again have had plenty of work. We've got beautiful brushwork on the outside edge, polishing work on the outside edge, and brushwork on the inner part. There is loom on the hands. That's the only loom actually on the watch, and it is quite good for what it is, that is. Now as we come past that, we have the hour markers. Now this is really strange because they go into the case of the watch here, and it really is kind of cool how they've done it. It just gives that real 3D effect. It's one of these dials, every time you look at it you see something different. I find we have this logo going up there, and that is Minase's logo. It's to do with a step drill, which they used to use for drilling out the side of cases for the crown tube. Now one of the other things you might have noticed, if you notice my finger here, you can actually see through the sides of this watch. Same on both sides and top and bottom. It's those little details you don't always notice at first, but when you do, it's like, wow, that is very cool. Over here at the 3 o'clock position, we have this large cutout section for the date indicator and this roulette style date ring. So it just gives it a bit more depth when you can see the other characters there, and you can get a real, again, depth of that dial, the thickness of the dial there. I think it just really, they've just done so much. It's almost, I say, brutal what they have done, but every time you look at it you do notice other different parts. I say all the polish sections are amazing. They do actually sallaz-polished all the way on this watch. In fact, I believe they say it takes 20 hours per watch for the polishing. So anyway, as we come past that, we have this lovely teardrop kind of double domed sapphire crystal there with AR coating, and then we have this amazing casework going on. Just look at the details, the polishing on the edges. Now it's one of those, I believe you get to the moon with this watch with these 4 screws here, because this is kind of a split design they have going on, and I've never seen another watch like that. It is really bizarre how they've done it, but again, they've just done it so well. The crown, as you can see, is a signed crown with some kind of I can't quite make out what that is. If it's PVD on there, I'm not sure. But the crown isn't a screw down crown, so you can wind straight from that. Obviously you have date set and hacking, as he says, as I pull it out there. You see it's all hacking. Cool. Now, it does offer 50 meters of water resistance, which is good enough for what you need, really, for this type of watch. Now, as we come round the back, the movement just looks great. The movement in this is, they call it the KT7002, which is a derivative of the ETA 2892A2. Now, I put this on the time grapher and it did a great job. I think it was coming like +1 second with the beat rate of 0, I believe it was. So they really have spent a bit of time working on this. They have their nice custom rotor back there. It looks great. You're talking, it's a 21 joule movement with about 50 hours, maybe a little bit more of power reserve going on there. Just looks superb. I think, again, they've done a bit more, they've spent a bit of time decorating this one and blacking it out. It does look like they've done a sterling job. Now, the bracelet. Where do you start with the bracelet? It's just simply amazing, the detail they've gone to on this bracelet. Each link is fully removable by that screw at the back, and I believe each link is about 7 different parts. I actually did a video a couple of weeks ago on how you size this, because I was so blown away with how many parts were in each link. It is really amazing. Now, as you can see, most of it is brushed, but these center sections have been fully polished, and look how they've actually kinked them over. It's just superb. The level of detail they've gone to is phenomenal on this watch. Now, the actual clasp is a single fold over type. As you can see, I've left the blue protective film on there and locks in really nice. And again, you have a brand logo going on there. Now, if I put this on my wrist, you'll get an idea how it looks. So zoom out here. Bit of a wrist check. I'm wearing a Rolex Kermit, the 50th anniversary Submariner. Mr. Bob, what do you have there, sir? Ooh, you still have that Nomos. We need to get that review done at some point, sir. So there you go. Now, my wrist size is 7 1/4. So let's have a look at it on there. One thing I should also mention, this watch is also available on a rubber strap at a discount of $800 US. So there you go. I think it looks superb. It is also available in different colors. Now, the retail of this is $5,500. If you were to get it on the rubber strap, I say that works out and then at 4,000, what was it? Is it 4,002 or 4,000? 4,300. So sorry, there's like 700 difference on the bracelet option. But it's one of those, with a bracelet this cool, I would want to get it on the bracelet personally. I just think it looks amazing. The way it catches the light, it is, I say, it's kind of almost like 70s design, kind of a brutal look to it, but it just looks so good, I think. Anyway, let me know what you think of it, guys, and if you've got any other questions or anything like that, leave them in the comments below. But most importantly, stay safe out there. Bye.